Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Well, as you all can see, we have a special guest here today. This is my niece, Rozelle. She's here with us all the way from Cleveland, Ohio.
Hello.
I don't know if you all saw our shrimp Alfredo video. Well, that was her recipe. And so she's here today to make another one of her delicious recipes, and we're so happy to have her. She's going to be making her vegetable egg rolls. So we hope you all enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, or you can go ahead and make it right along with us. So, all right, I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and talk about our ingredients. All right, y'all, so we're going to go over our ingredients. All right, Rozelle, tell us what we're going to be cooking with today.
Today we're going to be using some vegan egg roll wraps. We're going to be using two types of cheeses. We're going to use mozzarella and Mexican cheese. If you like other type of cheeses, you feel free to use those. We're going to be using a green pepper, onion. We have some cabbage here. We're also going to be using some white mushrooms. We're going to be using baby spinach. Today we're going to also put shrimp inside of our vegetable egg rolls. If you want your egg rolls to be totally vegetables, you can just omit the shrimp. We're going to be using a variety of seasonings, and we'll give you all of the details on the different seasonings we're using a little bit later. We have some liquid aminos, which is a great substitute for soy sauce, and we're also going to give it a little bit of mesquite flavor by using this liquid smoke. And then we have a stick of butter here, but we're not going to use the whole stick of butter. And as usual, all of these items will be listed in the description.
All right, I can't wait to taste these. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, so as you can see, we've chopped up everything nice and small. We have our vegetables and we have our shrimp all ready for the saute. So we're going to head over to the stove, and Rozelle's going to show us the next step.
Okay, our first step is we're gonna get the fire burning, and then we're gonna use a little less than a tablespoon of butter. We don't use a lot of butter, just enough to coat our skillet. So we're gonna just melt the butter, and then we'll turn our fire down. We wanna get our skillet coated. Once we melt the butter,
So we're really excited about this recipe, you know, so we're looking forward to it. So excited.
yeah, and then you can make it as healthy as you like. We're adding shrimp today, but if you just want vegetables, you could just use all of the vegetables that we're using. Okay. So the skillet is pretty much coated, so I'm gonna move on. So I'm gonna add the shrimp, which you can see is diced up. You wanna dice everything kind of small so that it will fit inside of the egg roll. So we're gonna be wrapping these. So you don't want it to be too big. But we're gonna season our shrimp, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of Pam's avocado oil to the butter. So we're just gonna add just a little bit. Okay. And so the seasonings, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit because shrimp cooks fast. Once we got it, so we're gonna put it kind of on a low heat, and we're gonna add our seasoning. So we got some garlic powder. Love garlic powder. So, and I don't think that garlic powder is ready. So I'll let you get that ready. So we'll move on to the onion powder.
Sorry, we just got that.
That's okay. It's a new garlic powder. We're gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning, and I use these seasonings on everything. They work for me.
Okay.
And of course, you don't want to put a lot, just a tad bit of seasoning salt, because seafood will get real salty. All right, we got the garlic powder. And you can use as much garlic powder. I don't measure teaspoons. As you know, my grandmother, your mother, said a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So you do it to taste.
Right.
You know, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
I don't have time for teaspoons and tablespoons and all of that. So that was parsley that I just added.
Okay.
So oregano. So I feel like if you are a cook, you kind of can get a feel of what's what. Now, if you're not a cook, I apologize. I'm gonna apologize in advance. We add a little bit of black pepper.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add a little bit, we're gonna give it a little kick with some pepper red flakes. Red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper as I call it. So, and then we just gonna move that around.
Smells good already.
Yeah, you know, with your shrimp doesn't take long. You know, you just wanna cook it up. And then once we cook this up, we're gonna put it off to the side until we get our vegetables all sauteed. So we're gonna do the vegetables in a separate skillet.
Okay.
So, and of course, you know, if you're not a cook, you know, I'm joking around, you can always do taste tests.
Right.
And then if you feel that you need a little bit more seasoning, just add a little bit more. I would say go light and then add more. Don't go heavy, because once you go heavy and you ruin it, that's it. Right. And for the price of food today, you don't want to mess up anything in the kitchen. You want your family to be happy and leave that dinner table with a smile on their face.
Right. That's right, Rozelle.
So
we're excited, y'all. We're actually helping her in the kitchen today.
Yeah.
She's running the show. It's so excited. I'm actually in the kitchen with both the Rozelles today.
Right.
My niece Rozelle, my daughter is Ricki Rozelle, for all of you who don't know.
Absolutely.
So, I'm so excited.
Rozelle. Pam and Rozelle.
Right. R&R.
Yeah. Okay, for today anyway. Well, you guys are so awesome. So, you know, your presentation is always well, so I hope I do you justice.
You're doing great.
Yes, I'm one of those fast, quick cook recipes. You know, your mom, my grandmother cooked rolls from scratch.
Yeah.
You know, and all of that. And
Right.
I'm a more modern, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Cook. You know, I want it to taste good and look good, but I'm you know. Absolutely not, but I want to give you a good quality taste when you bite into it.
Right. Yeah.
So you just saute your shrimp.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I just keep moving it around. You know, it don't take shrimp long, and it'll turn, you know, nice color. And you know, we only used a little bit of butter. You know, if you don't like to use butter, you can just use oil if you want to do that.
Okay.
You know, whatever substitutes works for you. However you saute your shrimp. See how small they are? We've got one little chunk there. Just kind of chop that up, but this is gonna fit nicely, and it's gonna be added to our vegetables.
I wish we had well, I'm gonna say smell-o-vision.
Smell it. You said it right. Isn't it smell-o-vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smell-o-YouTube.
Smell-o-YouTube. So I think our shrimp is just about ready. It doesn't take long just to put the shrimp in there and to saute it, and then we're gonna move on to our vegetables. Okay, our next step is to saute all of our vegetables. So I'm gonna turn my fire up a little bit because again, we're gonna coat the pan with a little bit of butter, and we're gonna use a little bit of Pam's avocado oil. I'm just using a little bit of butter because we don't want too much fat in our vegetables and whatever. So no more than a tablespoon full of butter. Gonna get it in there, just enough to coat the skillet. We don't want our veggies to stick. So I'm gonna move that around and get our skillet nice and coated. And I'm gonna add the oil this time before I put the veggies in. How about that? So we're gonna add a little bit of oil, just a little bit. Let's move that butter around. I'm gonna turn it down because we don't want it, you know, we're sauteing it, but we're not gonna go too low. So first we're gonna add our cabbage. So my hands are clean, hands are washed. So you just throw your cabbage in there. Cabbage goes a long, long way. So we're not even gonna use this whole bowl of cabbage.
Okay.
So we're gonna throw it in. You hear that sizzle?
What I said, the skillet said, come
Okay,
on with
see,
it.
we have a lot of cabbage left, so you can use cabbage. We need to use tomatoes. How about tomatoes? I love tomatoes. So we're gonna add some spinach.
So do you want the tomatoes whole?
We're gonna chop them up a little bit. Yeah. Everything's gonna be chopped up because it has to go into. We have our green peppers. Remember, we're rolling this in an egg roll. The egg roll wraps are a little thin, so I'm gonna turn that down a little bit because we got a lot of sizzle. So I get everything added. Next we have our chopped up white mushrooms. And we just sprinkling them in like that. Ricki, can you prepare the liquid aminos in the liquid smoke because we do need our flavor. I'm just gonna stir this around while we're waiting on our tomatoes. Look at all that color. We got green, the greens in there. Okay, while you ladies are doing that, I'm gonna add a little seasoning. We're gonna use the same exact seasoning we used on our shrimp. If you like lots of tomatoes, you can put more tomatoes in there as well. It's all to your liking, whatever you like.
That's one of those recipes. We always say it's what do you call it?
Freestyle friendly.
Freestyle friendly.
I like that. Freestyle friendly. So, all right. So we're gonna add a little bit of liquid aminos. Again, we need the top taken off of that. We got a lot of new items here, but that's okay. Now with the liquid smoke, I only use a capful because this stuff is extremely strong.
Okay.
You can go more if you wanna now. But don't say I didn't warn you. I would think if you had a lot, you know. Okay, and then the liquid aminos. I'ma just pour it. Now you can go a little heavier with the liquid aminos. I usually go a little bit heavier. So now that you added the liquid smoke and the liquid aminos, you see the color change a little bit. It's a little bit darker, and that's okay. That means that your flavoring is in there.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
So you can see it in the skillet. You see that liquid? Yeah.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna add another little dab.
Okay. Another dab, do you?
Another dab, do you? Now, some people may want to have like a dipping sauce with their egg rolls or whatever. You're welcome to do that, but when I put the liquid aminos and the mesquite liquid smoke in there, I don't dip it with anything because all of the flavor is in this vegetable.
Okay.
So I mean, it's up to you whether you want to have some type of a soy sauce or some kind of dipping sauce or whatever you put on an egg roll.
They're loaded with flavor.
Yeah.
Wow.
See all that? That flavor there.
Oh, that goodness.
And all you're doing is sauteing it. You know, I like my cabbage a little crunchy. I don't want it to be watery.
Right.
And that's all you do for that.
Okay.
So here now we're going to add our shrimp in.
Okay.
The shrimp that we cooked,
Okay.
we're going to just add that in there.
All right. It's gonna be good.
You can put minced garlic in here as well.
Okay.
Or whole garlic. I'm going to give you that, Ricki. So garlic is good as well. I like minced garlic, or if you want to chop garlic, feel free to do that as well. Garlic is good.
Look at all that color.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
You see that? And we use the cooked shrimp, by the way, but you can use any type of shrimp that you want to use. If you want to use the raw shrimp, you can use that.
Okay.
You can use plant-based meat, the crumble.
Okay. Yeah,
that works good. I've done it with the crumble. And again, if you just want vegetables and you want it to totally be vegetables, you can do that. I mean, you can almost do anything, but this person really like carrots, you could really shred a little bit of carrot and put it in there.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever vegetables that you like, these are just my favorites. I use peppers and onions and mushrooms and spinach and almost everything that I eat. So
good choices.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, love. They go well with a lot. So, you know, you can make it your own. And then it's done. Now we have to let this cool. So we're going to turn our stove off and take this off the eye because we want the vegetables, this mixture to cool because remember, we're rolling it into an egg roll. The egg roll wraps are thin. So if the mixture is too hot, it will break apart. We want to have a nice egg roll to roll up so that we can throw them in the air fryer real quick. Okay, so we're gonna let this cool.
So we'll be back, y'all.
Okay, we're gonna add some cheese while this is before this gets too cool. So this is the mozzarella cheese. We're gonna give it a little bit of cheesy flavor, just a few sprinkles in there. And we're also going to put in some Mexican cheese. Again, you can omit the cheese or you can use any kind of cheeses. And I think these are plant-based cheeses. So if you're vegan and you want to leave out the shrimp and add cheese, and you just fold it in there. Cheese melts very easily. And we're going to also cook the egg rolls once we wrap them, so the cheese will melt even more. So we have a little cheese in there as well. I love cheese.
Me too. Yes.
So we have
love cheese.
some mesquite flavor. We have some different cheeses, different veggies. We have some shrimp. See how the cheese folds right in there? So it's gonna melt some more once we air fry our egg roll wraps.
Look at all that flavor.
I'm excited for you to taste it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we have our mixture is now cooled off, and we have 3 spoons because the 3 of us are going to be wrapping. Just so you know, in this particular egg roll, the Nasoya vegan egg rolls, they actually have the instructions on how to wrap the egg roll, so we're going to follow the instructions the best that we can. The main thing is just to make sure your mixture stays inside of the egg roll because we're going to be air frying these. So grab your spoons, ladies.
Okay. And I have a Band-Aid, a glove on because I cut my finger.
So you just take your spoon and you get a decent amount, and if you notice, our egg rolls are in a diamond shape. And we're gonna put the mixture right in the middle. And there's a lot of mixture, so you wanna keep it together. And if you notice, we have our egg rolls on parchment paper. If you put the egg rolls on a counter, when you go to roll them, they'll stick and start to fall apart. So parchment paper is your friend. Okay, we have our mixture in there now. So we have a small bowl of water. What we're gonna do is take one of our fingers. Again, our hands are clean. We've washed them several times. So you take one of your fingers. I usually use my middle finger. Don't ask me why, that's just my preference. And you dab it in the water. And then you're gonna just take it around the edges of your egg roll wrap. And the water is gonna act as your glue.
Okay.
So once you roll it, you want this egg roll wrap to stay together.
Okay.
So you just get it nice and moist with some water. Ricky's doing that so perfectly and so neatly. Mine's kind of all over the place. All right, and then take the bottom and fold it upward towards the top point.
Okay.
And if you want to roll it under, you can.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, however, whatever works for you. So you take your left side and your right side, you want those points to meet one another. Make an envelope, so to speak.
Okay.
And as you see, the water is making it stick together. My envelope is not so even.
Look good.
And then as you roll, you have your mixture. You don't want it to move forward. You want the mixture to come towards you. So you kind of pull towards you as you roll. And you just take it and you roll. See, mine is breaking apart. That's okay. So, see, I have a broken apart, one that broke apart. So what I usually do, if I have one, they're very, very thin. So what I do is I just take another wrap. And as you see they're very thin. Very, very thin.
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens.
I think this happens, so they'll know what to do if it does.
Exactly. So they're thin, so it's okay. life happens.
Right.
When life give you lemons, make lemonade.
What'd you say, Ricki? This is real TV.
So I'm gonna turn that one down. So this one may be a little bit thicker.
Oh.
But that's okay. So never fear if you happen to break one. Just you can rewrap it or you know, whatever.
Okay.
And then let's roll it on up.
See, I would have been trying to unwrap it
Yeah.
and throw that one out. This is a great
And so
idea.
you just continue to wrap with your mixture.
Okay.
Again, make sure your mixture is cooled off because you don't want it to the heat to break apart your wrap. And then from here, there's no more seasoning or anything. We go to the air fryer.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And then I would put the air fryer on about 10 minutes. I would watch them though. A lot of times I'll put them in on 10 minutes and then after 5 I'll see how brown and crisp they are and then I'll turn them over and let the other side get brown and crisp. And then you may have to add, give or take a few more minutes. Just depends on how you want them.
Okay.
You know, if you want them real crispy, of course you can sprinkle a little olive oil on top of them or whatever. But they'll come out crispy. And then you dig it. Absolutely. And there you have your egg roll wraps.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap the rest of these off camera, and then we'll be back to load them into our air fryer.
Now we're gonna get ready to air fry our egg rolls. So I'm gonna take a little bit of organic extra virgin olive oil spray and just give the bottom of the pan just a quick spray. And then we'll load the egg rolls in.
Almost time to eat, y'all.
Yes. So I just usually lay them in, giving them a little bit of space.
Okay.
Get them in like that. And get one more in there, going across like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of spray and just spray the top. Just a little quick spray. That'll make it a little bit more crunchier. You know, you want a little crunch on your egg roll. So we're gonna push that in, turn on the air fryer, and then the temperature, let's see what the temperature is on. That's on 390. So let's just go with 20 minutes. Let's do 10 to start with since it's on 390.
Okay.
And then we'll check them.
You want to turn the countdown? Again.
We'll leave it on 390 and see how that goes for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll check them and we'll turn them. And if they're cooking too fast, then, you know, we'll go from there. So let's press start. Okay, after 5 minutes, a little longer than 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes, our egg rolls are brown. So we're gonna turn them over so that the other side can cook for the other 5 minutes. And that would be our 10 minutes. So we're just gonna turn them over and then we're gonna stick the basket back in and let the egg rolls finish. And then we'll put in the next batch and we'll continue to do that until the egg rolls are all completed. Here we go. Now our egg rolls are all done. We're gonna take them out after 10 minutes. This is what they look like. This one has a little bit of cheese oozing out of it, but I love cheese. So after 10 minutes, you actually have more prep time than air fry time. So we're excited for you to taste these. And there you have it.
All right, that's it. Rozelle, thank you so much for being here. It was so good to have a taste of home here with us.
Thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
Yes, you must come again.
I definitely will.
Yay.
And you gotta make them again.
I definitely will.
Y'all, we were so eager to dig in and enjoy these egg rolls. We didn't even think about recording it for the video.
Right. These egg rolls are so good, they didn't need any type of nothing sauce
Oh my goodness.
to go with them.
Nothing. And they were just the right amount of crisp and great in the air fryer.
So we're gonna go ahead and ask you guys to leave us a like, Hit the subscribe button, share the video with all of your friends and family, and we'll see you guys next week.
God bless. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.